it to you, Gary.
All right. Okay, so remember the last couple days, we've been just brainstorming ideas. We introduced the problem. It's to take your 20 straws and to develop a straw tower that's going to hold the most possible weight you can while trying to use the least amount of material. And that's called efficiency. Anybody can design a strong tower. If I gave Grace 100 straws and I gave Landon 10 straws and I said your grade is based on who holds the most, that wouldn't be fair. So in a real world, material is money. So you're always trying to build the most efficient structure, the best possible structure with the least amount of material. So then we started the drawing process. The first thing you do is you have to get your ideas down on paper. Any piece of paper. It's just a sketch. Sloppy copy, freehand, no rulers. It just has to look right. If the pier, the vertical support's supposed to be in the middle when you make your sketch, then don't put it to the side. You still want to try to make it look right. That's the importance of a sketch. Then when you like your idea, that's when you have to turn that into the full-size drawing. Now with this challenge, there are limitations. The base of your tower side can't be any bigger than 6. So it's got to be 6 or less. The top of the tower can't be any bigger than 6. So 6 or less. And then the straight up height, okay, not the hypotenuse, not the side angle, the straight up height has to be between 6 and 11. Now, don't be confused. You are not drawing the tower three-dimensionally. Right? We are building individual sides. So you're going to use this as a template, lay the straws right on it, cut it and mark it, and you're going to build a skeleton. Okay, you're going to just have a straw. You're going to have a bunch of straws pinned to the cardboard. Then we add the colored paper. Those are called gussets. The colored paper and glue is what holds that together. So you are designing one two-dimensional side of your tower, but you're going to build it 3 times. And then we connect this side to this side to this side, and the 3 individual sides then give you your 3-dimensional tower. All right? So when you're sketching on a flat piece of paper. You want to make sure that it's 2-dimensional. It's just a side of the tower. Right? Now, as far as building goes, let me present my screen. And what you're going to see on the screen is the to-do list. Right? And I have highlighted in yellow the drawing process. And I have highlighted in blue the actual construction process. Right? So the drawing process consists of you brainstorming ideas, making a sketch or a couple of sketches called thumbnails, showing them to me, and then deciding on what sizes you want, and then on that piece of graph paper that I put in your folder to design one side that matches your sketch full size. Okay. Now this is the tower. Once it's full size on your piece of paper, that is exactly what your tower side is going to look like. Except instead of a marker line or a pencil line, your straw is going to be laid right on top of that pencil line. Right? So when you go to build, once you show me your final drawing and I approve it, okay, it should look something like this. It might be a square shape, it might be a rectangle shape, or it might be this tower shape. So you develop a shape you want first, then you reinforce it with the piers, with the beams, and then with your trusses or your triangles. Then you show it to me. If we like it, now you move on to number 7 that's on your screen. You're ready to start building. So you're going to need your foam board. All right, I put a piece of about 1/8 inch white foam board. You're going to put that right in front of you. Okay. You're going to take your final drawing. You're going to put it on top of the foam board and just 2 little pieces of tape. That's all you need. There's no hurricane coming. You don't need to put tape all the way around your drawing. You're just going to put a piece of tape up the top and a piece of tape on the bottom, just so your drawing doesn't move on you. Then, like I said, I covered it with a protective film. I used wax paper. Saran wrap will work. If you have Ziploc baggies in your house, you can cut those up. It just is a clear coating to protect your drawing because you have to build it 3 times. Then, the building process. If you look at number 8, it says you are physically going to take the straw. I'm going to take my straw. I am going to lay it right on my drawing. So I am putting this straw right on this line. I put it right on that line. The most important thing you could have for this project is a pen or a pencil. Because the minute I put my straw on my drawing, I mark right here. I mark the distance and the angle that I need to cut my straw at. So number 7 says, tape the final drawing to your drawing board with 2 pieces of tape. Cover it with something that's clear. Then lay the straw on the drawing, mark the distance and direction with a pencil, and then cut it with a pair of scissors. So if you can see, I marked it with a red mark. I'm going to cut it with my scissors, and then I'm going to lay it on my drawing and my foam board, and I'm going to take the 2 pins. Okay, I gave you a box of pins, and I want to put the pin what I call no man's land. So right here, try to get it on the camera. There's a support right here, and there's a support right here. But there's nothing in between those supports. That's where you want your pin to be. You want your pin to be nowhere near where supports come. And you will never use more than 2 pins. So I am going to put 1 pin towards the top, and I'm going to put 1 pin towards the bottom. That's it. The only purpose of the pin is to keep it from falling off of your cardboard. Then what I do is I take the rest of my straw. Okay, right here. I'm going to come down and do the base. I lay my straw on my drawing. I take my marker. I mark the distance and the angle. I cut it with my pair of scissors. I put it right on my drawing, and then I put 1 pin where there's nothing around it, and then I put a second pin where there's nothing around it. So far I've started building the outline. Okay. First thing I did was build this edge. Then I started to put the base in. Now I'm going to take another straw and do this edge, and then I'm going to take what's left and do the top. So it says on number 9, I want you to build it's easiest to build it the same way you drew it. You're going to build the outline first. So I am going to build the shape first. Then I'm going to do my vertical supports. Then I'm going to do my smaller horizontal supports. So if I can give you a close-up of this, you notice that this beam right here, that's a short piece. That's a short piece. That's a short piece. And that's a short piece that are placed in between these straws. So if you can see, the whole side is flat. When I build, every single support needs to touch the cardboard. You cannot put a straw on top. The straws go in between. Right? So when you start building, I would show it. Once you get the shape done, maybe you want to show it to me. And then after you do your first couple of vertical piers, show it to me. But no straw should have any more than 2 pins. So if you notice on number 8, it says just what I did. Lay the straw on the drawing, mark the distance with a pencil, cut it, and pin it. 1 or 2 pins per straw. You need no more. If I've got a small piece, then maybe I only need 1 pin. That's it. Now, if you use 1 pin and it's moving on you, then go ahead and put 2 pins in it. But there should be no support, even this really long side, no support that needs more than 2 pins. So when you're done, you're going to have a bunch of pins all over sticking up, and you're going to have a skeleton. And then I'm going to show you how to connect it with the gussets. In the real world, any bridge you see, any tower you see, any house you see, they use gussets to connect, except the gussets might be made out of wood, They might be made out of steel. They might be welded on. They might be bolted on. We're just going to use colored paper, and we're going to use Elmer's glue. But the same process that we're using is exactly how they would do a real tower or a real bridge. All right. So let me stop this recording.